Exodus 33:11. God spoke face to face with Moses. Jesus is the face of God. 2 Corinthians chapter 4:6. If Jesus Christ is not God, then answer this. How did Moses speak to God face to face? And how does the New Testament declare that Jesus is that face? Exodus 33:11 thunders with intimacy and power. And the Lord spake unto Moses face to face, as a man speaketh unto his friend. But wait, just a few verses later, in Exodus 33:20, God says, Thou canst not see my face, for there shall no man see me and live. So what's going on here? How could Moses speak face to face with God, yet be warned that no man can see God's face and live? Unless there was something more, someone more. This isn't contradiction. This is revelation. The face Moses saw, the visible manifestation of the invisible God, was not the full, infinite glory of the Father. It was a mediator, a person who could reveal God without destroying the man who beheld him. Now read 2 Corinthians chapter 4:6. For God, who commanded the light to shine out of darkness, hath shined in our hearts to give the light of the knowledge of the glory of God in the face of Jesus Christ. There it is. The Bible interprets the Bible. The face Moses saw, the one who spoke to him, led him, passed by him in glory, was the same face revealed to us in Jesus Christ. Jesus is not just a reflection of God, he is the face of God, and that changes everything. To the skeptic who says Jesus is merely a teacher, then how does Paul, a Jewish Pharisee trained under Gamaliel, call him the very face of the Almighty? To the priest who preaches tradition over truth, why do you read the Old Testament and ignore the one whom Moses saw? To the imam who insists God has no son and no form, then how did God appear to Moses as a man speaks to his friend? This is no theological accident. This is divine design. Jesus is the one who walked in Eden, the one who wrestled with Jacob, the one who stood in the burning bush, the one who spoke face to face with Moses, the one Isaiah saw high and lifted up. And when he came in the flesh, he told Philip, He that hath seen me hath seen the Father. John 14:9. He didn't say, I resemble God. He said, if you've seen me, you've seen him. Because Jesus is not a face of God, he is the face of God. That's why John opens his gospel by calling him the Word who was with God and was God, and says, And the Word was made flesh and dwelt among us, and we beheld his glory. Do you understand what that means? The same God who told Moses, No man can see my face and live, made a way for us to see his face and live forever. That way is Jesus Christ. He is the mediator, the visible expression, the glory of God in human form. So now the question is personal. When you read about Moses speaking face to face with God, do you still deny that Jesus is divine? Because if Jesus is not the face of God, then why does Paul say we see the knowledge of God's glory in him? If he is not the Lord of Exodus, then who did Moses see? You can argue religion all day long, but you cannot erase what the scriptures declare. Jesus is the face of the invisible God, and if you turn your back on that face, you're turning away from the only light in the darkness, the only path to life, the only access to God. Look to him and live. Reject him and perish, because the face that Moses saw now wears a crown, and his name is Jesus.